Sports Talk in the Mancave. We are back once again, guys. How y'all doing? Today we're going to talk about a lot of different good topics, and everybody will have 2 minutes to speak. And don't interrupt each other.
But do we have to answer the question, or can we answer whatever we
Mr. Trump, please. All right, guys. Let's first of all talk NBA. Gilbert, give us an update on your team. Are they going to fail? Are they going to go down?
Yesterday's game was fantastic. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was a great game. It was the best game of the series. It finally did, it was the tipping point. The Lakers are going to close them out, guys. The game before, they didn't get AD involved. This game, he got involved on both sides of the floor. On defense, he was a monster on defense. He took the initiative and he said, "I'm going to guard Jimmy Butler." He held him down in the fourth quarter. He played great on both ends. What doesn't come out is all the shots that he alters. I mean, he had 4 blocks, but I mean, he does so much more than that. Right now, I can't see the Lakers not closing him out.
Yeah, Carlos, if the Lakers do win, who do you think is going to get that MVP?
As of right now, I think the Lakers are going to win, and whether it's tomorrow or whenever that game is, or the following game. But I think as of now, LeBron deserves the MVP. I mean, he has more points per game, he has more assists per game, he has more rebounds per game. So I think right now he deserves it. And even though, AD does make a big impact defensively, so does LeBron. And we saw yesterday. Yesterday was a close game. I think they were down a little bit, and then we saw LeBron just turn it on. I think it was the second quarter or third quarter, and he came on, and then the whole team came on. And I think he's really the leader of that team, and he makes that team go. And we saw AD struggle that one game, and I think he had like 15 points. I think it was right only for that one game.
Yeah.
So I don't think AD has done enough, even though he has done a lot. Obviously, he's the second best player on the team.
I disagree. I think that if it could be co-MVPs, there was, but AD, I think he's got the edge. Yesterday he was a plus 17, and to LeBron's minus 2 on the court. So things didn't change when LeBron was on the court. Things changed when they put AD back in the game. He was a plus 17, so that's a huge difference with him on the court. Second of all, is that defensively, you cannot compare them. You cannot compare them because, like I said, nothing goes to the hole without them altering their shots. So that just wipes away their field goal percentage completely. He hit the big 3 to pretty much clinch the game yesterday. And it's not like, but LeBron will get the credit. I think LeBron will get the MVP just because of the charity factor, whatever, And like I said, it's they're right there hand in hand. But AD, I think he deserves more credit. I think so, but I think they'll give it to LeBron. I don't know what you think, Charlie.
I don't know. I think that the talk is more AD, and even though he did have that bad game, and then of course he's had the games where he has no rebounds going into the fourth and very low points and stuff like that. But he does change the game a lot when he's in there. I mean, the guy could hit from the outside. He overmatches just about anybody who he posts up against. He plays great defense. I don't know. I really think that if LeBron really wanted it, he could probably take it, but he'd rather win a championship and try to work AD into the game because he knows that he needs AD. And I believe that AD would probably end up getting it if it ends this coming game. Right. You never know.
One more stat that Carlos didn't include is that LeBron also leads the team in turnovers. He set a record for turnovers in a game with 8. So I mean, he also turns the ball over a lot. And AD is not a point guard. He doesn't have control of the ball. So a lot of those times, he needs Rondo and LeBron to get him involved. You got to feed the beast. You feed the beast, you're going to win. It's proven.
So usually the guy who has the ball in his hands most of the time does lead the team in turnovers as well. And LeBron has the ball in his hands most of the time. So he is going to lead the team in turnovers. So, but I think what he does for the team that doesn't go on the stat sheet is he leads that team. And where LeBron goes, they go.
Well, LeBron's having a bad game. A little bit also, man. I mean, and that's why I say, and I'm not disagreeing with you, Carlos. I'm saying if there could be a co-MVP, yes, but I give the edge to AD. I watched every single dribble. and I'm pulling for both guys. I really am. And I know that you think that I don't like LeBron. I like LeBron. He's a Laker, But I'm just being objective here, and I think that if like the slight edge, I think I would give it to AD.
So
You like
game,
LeBron?
It's a lot like football.
You blamed
Your point
you
guard is
blamed AD's
here.
worst game on LeBron James. How are you like LeBron? You blamed AD's worst game on LeBron James. You sent us a text.
He's a Laker. That's why I like. I mean, I like all the Laker players.
I know, but I'm saying you blamed AD's worst game on LeBron James. He had 15 points and you blamed it on LeBron.
He didn't get him involved. He never got him involved. He never got him involved in any pick and rolls. Every time he tried to steal the MVP. Every time he saw him on the court, he would go the opposite end. He would go to the opposite side. He would go to Kuzma Morris' side.
AD put himself in foul trouble that game. That's why he played
in the first quarter. Then he came back in the second half. It happens. He had less minutes. Suppose he was getting some ticky-tack calls. It happens.
Yeah. So what game do you guys think it's going to end? 5, 6, 7? Carlos, what do you think?
Next one.
5.
5.
Gilbert?
Gentlemen sweep. Lakers in 5.
All right. Dale?
I call it in 6. I think that they want to see one more game, and Hero. I don't. How did he do that shit? Hero will be a hero again.
I say 6. Yeah, I say 6 will be the magic number. Let's move on to a little bit of the NFL games. Before we talk anything else, let's say Tom Brady, man, he's a real deal, wasn't he, man? He 5 touchdown passes, brought the team back, played like you would expect him to play, and he's making a big difference in that team. Even Arians thinks that they would have lost by 20 the last with his previous team, and now he says we got a chance to win every game.
Mm-hmm.
I sat him on my fantasy team for not performing the weeks before.
Loser.
I put Burrow, Joe.
Well, I think that before the season, when they came out with the rankings of who had the most explosive offense, I think Tampa Bay was the top 3, right? Am I right or am I wrong about that? They had the 2 tight ends. Players, yeah. They had O.J. Howard. They had, right? So he's got a lot of weapons. He's got a lot of things to work with. They invested in the offensive line. The guy's out. He's back there. He's tying his shoes. He's checking his watch. He's got a lot of time to throw the ball too. He's got a lot of weapons. So I mean, he's gonna have these good games. But I think that with his age, he will have like these moments of high and then ultimate low.
Okay, so you think he may falter later? Carlos, what do you think?
I like the way he's playing, and yeah, I agree with Gilbert on that part. He is going to have his high games and then his low games. I think that's kind of what we saw last year from him too. And then he did have one of those low games in the playoffs, so that wasn't good.
Yeah,
I think we're seeing the same thing with Breeze as well. He'll have his he'll have his games where all he's doing is dumping off the whole game, and then he'll have his really bad games. And I'm saying they're old. I mean, you can't really blame them. I mean, they're up there in their 40s. So it happens. All the time, right?
I mean, I think if you're comparing both, I think maybe Brady's playing a little bit better than Breeze at this time. But
let me go on ahead and say that that he's going to do fine as long as he has time. The teams that find a way to put pressure on him, that's the games that he's not going to do good. If you give him the amount of time, he's going to tear it apart. I mean, he'll tear the defense apart.
Now Brady's getting rid of the ball faster than
always has.
Winston. Yeah, it's like 2.5 seconds, man. So he gets rid of it quick. I don't think a lot of pressure is going to affect him because when you start bringing pressure, just like he did with New England, he'd start dumping, and then he'd get people back in the game and win games.
That's what the defenses have to figure out. Either bring your corners up, and don't give them the quick pass. You get somebody tight on the tight end. The back that's swinging out, you cover those things, and you might have to make them hold the ball a bit.
But with an accurate passer, that makes all the difference. And of course, we talk about accurate passers. Let's go to the NFC East. And can you believe that the Eagles are ahead by half a game in that division?
They got lucky on the tie.
Man, Jesus. But Cowboys, God, they looked well. I don't know. Let's have you guys talk about that. Carlos, what do you think about the Cowboys?
Well, their defense looks terrible. Our offense can't move the ball until we're in trouble already. I don't know why that is. We can't move the ball. We can't get first downs until we're down big, and then all of a sudden we can move the ball like nothing. But there's a lot of problems on the team, starting with that defense.
Yeah. Defense is a
we
big.
we can move the ball because I mean he had there was tons of offensive yards. We were leading all of the in yards and leading in whatever in the first half. We need to put the points on the board. That's what has to happen. They have to do away with the turnovers. The turnover. Our defense cannot have a short field because they're not going to give a field goal. They're going to give up a touchdown. Um, the defense is horrible. They had what 156 rushing yards before they even got touched. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I mean, the defense is horrible. Good thing that a defense is somewhat easier to fix than an offense. But if we're keeping the same people in there with the same mindset, thinking that this is going to work, they're going to have to get rid of the person.
Yeah, Gilbert, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where to start. With this team, or the Browns average over 9 yards a carry. That's unheard of. The interior line is damaged. The defensive backs are horrible. The offensive line, we have a makeshift of the offensive line. Lyle Collins is up for the year. We got the guard out. We have a new starting center. The only guy we just got back was Tyrone Smith. So we have just a patch line of a line. We need to keep these defenses off balance. With doing the misdirection stuff that I was talking about.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like if you can't put X's and O's on effort, and I think that the defense that's what it lacked. It lacked the effort, and I think that has a lot to do also.
Yeah.
There's so many teams that have patched up offensive lines, and yet I see them doing a lot better job than what our replacements do. I really don't know what's going on, if it's the coaching or if it's just the players that are so terrible. But you have to know what you have there in talent and know how to use them. And obviously, we don't know how to use the talent that we have on the offensive line. And I'm talking about backup
Well,
wise.
I can guarantee you one thing. I can guarantee you one thing. Our defense will do a lot better against Jason Garrett's offense.
you know,
Jason Garrett's offense will do a lot better than against any other team with our defense on the field.
God, the Giants kill them, man. Oh, that's gonna be awful, man. That is.
And then you know how those games go. They're the same division, and it's going to be hard fought.
Yeah,
And
it's gonna be tough.
I don't think it's going to be an easy time. The Cowboys actually have something to prove. Like we were saying, they don't seem to have the urgency till we're down, and the play calling changes. We start going down the field a lot more. We start doing stuff that we should actually be doing during the game.
Now,
Uh,
now let me just stop you guys there. Just right now, what are we? 4 games in, right? Is it 4? Yeah. So, Super Bowl picks right now. Carlos, who do you got?
I'm going with the Chiefs in the AFC. I think it's going to be maybe Chiefs Bills at the end in the AFC. And then in the NFC, Seahawks.
Seahawks, yeah. Okay. Gilbert, who do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I think that my dark horse team are the Bills. That the Bills have a chance to maybe that defense and it looks pretty legit. That they can probably cause some trouble for KC if they get too overconfident. So I mean, I mean, you got to go with KC just because of Mahomes. You got to go with Mahomes. But yeah, I agree with Carlos with the AFC side, KC. On the NFC side, I think it's more wide open right now. I mean, the Seahawks look good, but I mean, I think there could be another team coming in there.
Mm-hmm. Charlie, who do you got?
I'm thinking the Ravens have a good shot. I mean, the Ravens are a very good team. They're solid, and of course was the Seahawks.
They can't beat the
But
Chiefs. They haven't beat the
but
Chiefs.
hey, I see the Chiefs have a couple of games that they're not all in there, and you know what? Sometimes when you win a championship, the regular season comes a little like they're not playing it so hard, and that may affect it.
But
Yeah.
did you see?
Another thing we want to say is that Lamar Jackson. There's 2 years in a row he comes in here. He comes into the playoffs as a front runner, MVP candidate, and they're favored. And he hasn't won a playoff game yet. And like they said, I think Lamar Jackson said it himself. The Chiefs are our kryptonite.
they haven't. He's never beat the Chiefs, and even this season they already played, and the Chiefs just beat them
Yeah.
easily.
Well, I think the Ravens have a good chance, and actually Seattle has a good chance. I think Green Bay has a great chance, and I also think that a healthy 49er team has a good chance. But they got to
And
get healthy.
Aaron Rodgers is really something, and he's getting up
Aaron,
in years, and he's really something.
you
I've
know,
been
Aaron
watching.
Rodgers is arrogant as hell, though, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Doesn't he
yeah.
get on your nerves, dude? I
No,
mean, I like the guy, but it's like you can't go out saying, "Oh, my bad years are good for the
Somebody wrote him off
quarterback."
last year. I don't know
You
who it
know,
was.
come
Somebody
on,
on this
dude.
panel, but I don't know.
You can't be saying things like that, dude.
I
no,
think his
but no,
arrogance kind of helps him. You know, it kind of helps him. Keeps him on the edge. Maybe Dave.
no. Did you all watch the
I think he's
game
just
this
arrogant.
past week? Did you all watch the game this past week?
Yeah,
Where the announcers were saying, he walks into a room and thinks he's the smartest guy in there, and well, he probably is the smartest guy in there, but he's just, you know,
well, he makes good decisions on the field,
Remember, he did
but
bash McCarthy. Also, he didn't think much of McCarthy.
And now look at McCarthy.
yeah. So he's a little arrogant. He thinks a lot of
Yeah.
himself, you know. So I don't know, but he's a good player, and I mean uh, he's not Brady.
Dak or anything.
He's not Dak. Yeah, he's
No.
not Dak, man. He's not Manning,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's good. All right, any major? Let's pick a game for this week, man. Who do you got, Gilbert?
I'm going with what I'm going to reiterate what I said earlier. I'm going to take Tom Brady having a bad game this week, and I'm going to take the Bears covering the 3.5. So far, I'm undefeated on my bookets, so you can book this one again. And if you want to keep winning some money, if you've been following my picks, book it. Take the
Dude,
Bears.
yeah. You've been playing it safe. I mean, it's okay.
I'm covering the spread.
all right, Carlos. Who do you got, Carlos?
All right. So I also we didn't do a bucket last week, so we're not 4-0. We're 3-0. Me and Gilbert. But this week, I think it's a little more risky because this game, I don't like the Browns, but I'm going to pick them over the Colts because they beat the Cowboys and they look pretty good 2 games in a row already. So I'm taking the Browns over the Colts, and they're 1.5-point underdogs. Book it.
Woo!
I'm going to go on ahead and take the Panthers over Atlanta Falcons. The Panthers are 3.5 points, I believe, underdogs to Atlanta. I know Atlanta is probably due a win, but I don't think it's going to come in this week.
All right, I think Atlanta is going to win this week. I think you were
Hey,
wrong.
Carlos, you're right.
You wanna
We are
comment?
3-0. My bookie last week was the Bills, but we didn't come on, so I didn't get to say it. So
Yeah,
we're
and
3-0.
mine was
You're
right the week before also. So I
So
got one. I got Green Bay in there.
Yeah,
So you're
it's
gonna-
not on video. We gotta have them on video.
No, but I was right when we did the video.
Oh no, yeah. No, but I was talking about the 4-0.
All right, Charlie.
Yeah,
So
we have to do it on video. Not it doesn't count.
Yeah.
didn't count, man. But are you going to say something with your pick there, Charlie?
What's that?
I don't know. What
Like-
would you say?
Book it, Carolina.
Yeah, that's what you want to say, man. All right, good. Now, mine is going to be Arizona against the Jets. You would think that's a safe pick, but they're favored by 7. They're going to cover that easily. They will win, and that is a book it. And this book, really good, interesting book about the stuff that happened in Mexico with the cartels. Interesting. So anyway, guys, we didn't get a dead man walking yet, so let's pick a dead man walking. I know some of you guys have somebody in mind. Charlie, what do you got?
I have Mike Nolan, the Cowboy defensive coordinator. Even though Jerry Jones said that it wasn't the right time to do it, I believe that if they keep on giving the record number of points and yards, that it will be done by midseason. Mike Nolan, you're a dead man walking.
Nice. That sounded like a threat, dude. Okay. Gilbert, who do you got, man?
Plomo o plata.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna switch back to the NBA Finals, guys. I'm gonna go with another Tyler Hero. he became a zero last night. His what's it called? He came out with the little snarl after they were winning. He got cocky. He tried to play the role of Russell Westbrook and what's his name, Dame Lillard, and Jamal Murray, where they did the shimmy and all that stuff. His thing was a snarl. It turned into a frown. So for tomorrow, I'm sorry, for Friday night, the Heat will get eliminated and Tyler Hero, dead man walking.
Woo!
Yeah, he's 20 years old, having the time of his life over there. My dead man walking has been dead for a while now, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Mitchell Trubisky is never getting his job back with the Bears. He might be a backup somewhere, get a chance to play eventually, but with the Bears, he's a dead man walking.
I agree with that. And he started so good, man, that first season.
He did.
And went downhill from there. I guess that's one of the good things we can say about Dak, that he actually has improved a little bit.
It's debatable.
Yeah, it's debatable. We won't debate it today. But, yeah, dead man walking. Haven't really thought about it. I'm just going to say the defensive line of the Cowboys.
All of them.
They're playing awful. If we could just eliminate them, we might win some games. So
Just the line? Just the line?
Walking, just the line, man.
Are you sure?
They can't put any pressure on anybody, man.
No, because they can't cover anybody. Everybody's wide open. I mean,
because the quarterback has all day, man. The quarterback has all day. These guys don't even get close enough. They're like, social distancing.
So let's just like Nolan, get your butt out of there, because I think we have some pretty good names back there that should be doing a lot better.
They should be doing a lot better, and they just are not getting it yet. So we'll see how it goes. What else do we got to talk about today? Is there any other good news going on?
Well, the Houston Astros. The Houston Astros are doing very well. They won the first little 3-game series 2-0. They started off this one against the A's, which they always are very competitive. But they won the first 2 games, lost today 9-7. I'm hoping that they win one more so that they could move on.
So, the big thing, they win the title this year. Will everybody just shut up already?
Well, see, I think what's happening, Dave, is that they upgraded their equipment.
Earpieces.
Implants.
No, I'm going to give them some credit, man, because I called it. I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs.
They got buzzers in their shoes now.
There are some players on that team that their batting average is really, really a big difference from last year this year. But, I mean, I guess they were really that good that they got back in. I'm surprised they got back in. I can't see them winning it, but if they do, you know what? I'll shut my mouth.
Good, man.
You know that they actually went up 4-7 in the 7th or 6th or 7th inning. And damn, they came back and hit a 3-run homer on them and then tied it up. And then an inning later, they scored 2 more runs on them. And so they could have closed them out today, but they didn't. And baseball is very tricky here. It's not like basketball. Just because they're up 2-1 doesn't mean that they're going to win the next.
I think they're a little extra motivated this year, and I think that gives them the advantage over anybody.
And they do have that little edge where they want to prove these teams like the A's and the Dodgers, and they want to prove to them that that they do deserve to be there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. Let's hope that they do good. I want to see the Astros win it one more time. Hey guys, I'm glad we got this video done today, which was great. And it's a little late, but hey, you'll have a good night.
Gilbert, let's see a snarl.
Guys, everybody like and subscribe. We'll see you all later. Take care.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for the patience, guys. Sorry about that.